Hello, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing great today. It's Thursday, January 18th. Currently, it's 19 degrees. High today's 32. That's going to feel warm, almost. 50% chance of snow, I would imagine. It's not going to be warm enough to rain. And winds are at 4 miles per hour. I think it said it made it feel like 14 or something like that. So I'm glad it's not as windy as it was, though. For days, it was like 15 mile per hour, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. For several days, it was like that, which makes it feel much colder, of course. Today, I do this every now and then. All the thumbnails, that I make for, I use them. They're from Our Daily Bread. They're the thumbnail. I have to change it into a thumbnail. They're too big. But anyway, all those, and they're really nice. Once I get a lot of those, I put together like a movie. It's more like a slideshow with just pictures. I tried one, if y'all saw the other day, of my meals, and used a bunch of shorts that I had extra, and I thought it turned out really good, and it sure made me hungry to watch it. But sometimes I do that also with the pictures, instead of but I really liked the way those turned out with the way it turned out with the little shorts, like less than a minute on each one. But let's see. So anyway, I'm using those, when I get enough of them, I use the thumbnails from the devotions and make like a slideshow, because I did one a while back, about a month, over a month ago, I guess, a couple months ago. And I thought it turned out really good too. It's just kind of relaxing to watch them, because they're all like, they got, of course, scripture on them and different sayings and stuff like that. And but a lot of them are pictures of nature and stuff like that. They're just really nice. So I made it's only like 2 minutes and some, I believe, a video of those, and that way I can clean out my gallery too. So I got a bunch of pictures of cooking too, like I said, stuff. So I might do one of those one day. Speaking of dinner, what we're having tonight, Joy has a recipe that she wants to make for crock pot barbecue chicken. It's a little different. I heard her she was talking to me about it, and it has more ingredients in it than just taking chicken and putting it in there and just pouring barbecue sauce over it. It's got more to it, so it sounds really good. I think you put different things and mix it in with the sauce. I think vinegar, cider vinegar might be one of them, and something else, several other things. It sounds real good though. So we're gonna have that, and then I'm gonna fix like a rice side, like either a nor side, or maybe one of the ready to eat ones. I mean, they cook in 90 seconds. The ready rice. And we decided to have peas. We've been having a lot of green beans, which we love. And she wanted some peas with that, so sounds pretty good to me. All right, let's check out our jokes today. Jokes of the day. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Hilarious Kitty's Corner. She just cracked up, and she's telling some really funny jokes. Here's today's. For her birthday present, I took my wife to an orchard where we stood there looking at the trees for half an hour. Not the Apple Watch she was expecting, apparently. Honey, I'm getting you, I'm going to give you an Apple Watch for your birthday. And then takes her to an orchard. I thought that was funny. Doug was describing a 30-pound bass he'd caught recently after fighting it for 3 hours. Bill interrupted the story, saying, "I saw the picture you took of that fish. You're lucky if it even weighed 10 pounds. Doug replied, "Well, a fish can lose an awful lot of weight during 3 hours of fighting." Boy, fishermen will exaggerate. And I used to fish a lot, so I never did that way, though. Thought of the day. We were speaking about mosquitoes, and found out that they're animals. They're classified as animalia, animal something. So they are. I just thought insects, looks like an insect and all that. But I mean, I guess there's animal insects, I guess. Anyway, mosquitoes are known to be many things. One thing they are not is fast. Mosquitoes are known to top out at 1.5 miles per hour. So you might be able to get away from them, before they could bite you. So that was pretty good. Okay, where did I see one? How about, I don't know, there's two good ones here. Let's try it. Let's try this one. Okay, let me get to it. Okay, who famously bought McDonald's from the McDonald brothers in 1961? Wow, they sold out pretty early. They should have stuck with it. I bet they wish they'd have stuck with it now. Martha Stewart, Ray Kroc, Larry Page, John D. Rockefeller. I've heard it before. Everybody's probably heard at some point in time something about the owner of McDonald's, Ray Kroc. Yeah. The first McDonald's restaurant was opened in 1940, so they had been open for, 1961, 21 years. By brothers Maurice Mack and Richard McDonald in San Bernardino, California. And I never even knew that, really. It originally was a drive-in that offered a wide selection of items. However, in 1948, the brothers decided to revamp the business, and after a 3-month renovation, a newly envisioned McDonald's opened. The small restaurant was designed to produce huge quantities of food at low prices. To achieve this, the brothers limited the menu. Appliances for McDonald's were purchased from a salesman named Ray Kroc. Oh, okay. Who was intrigued by their need for 8 malt and shake mixers. Realizing there was great promise in their restaurant concept, Kroc became a franchise agent for the brothers. In 1961, Kroc bought out the McDonald brothers. I wonder what he got it for. I bet it wasn't that much. Okay, which 20th century leader was known affectionately as Madiba, M-A-D-I-B-A? And I'm not sure about this. Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Nelson Mandela, Charles de Gaulle. Got a picture of some kind of statues. It just sounds like Nelson Mandela the way it's Madiba, Mandela. I don't know, so that's what I'm going with. Yeah. Nelson Mandela, the former president and Nobel Peace Prize winner, affectionately known as the Father of South Africa and endearingly called by his clan name Madiba, will long be remembered by millions of people around the world and in the pages of history as the man of the 20th century. Which of these 1990 films stars Demi Moore? Ghost, Misery, Crybaby, Home Alone. Demi Moore, she wasn't in Home Alone. I've seen that a million times, all of them. I'm sure y'all have too. Crybaby, I'm not even for sure if I've heard of a movie called Crybaby. Maybe I've seen it, but I don't remember that one. Misery, that's the one with James Caan and, oh gosh, what's the woman's name? For the life of me, I can't remember that woman's name in it right now. And he wrecks, and then she takes him he's an author and she's his #1 fan, and keeps him in there, breaks his legs. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Oh, I jumped when she did that. Okay, it's Ghost. She was in it with Patrick Swayze and Goldie. Whoopi Goldberg was in that too. Okay, Ghost is a 1990 American romantic fantasy film directed by Jerry Zucker from a screenplay by Bruce Joel Rubin, starring Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg, Tony Goldwyn, Vincent Schiavelli, and Rick Avals. I don't know them. Okay, but anyway, everybody's probably seen that one too. A famous, that one where she's doing the pottery. That's the one. That's the most famous, I think, little clip of that movie. A famous 20th century novel was called East of Where? India, Eden, Babylon, Cairo. They all kind of sound good. East of India, east of Babylon, east of Cairo, but it's east of Eden. Yep. East of Eden is a novel by American author and Nobel Prize winner John Steinbeck. I didn't know he won a Nobel Prize, my goodness. Published in September 1952, the work is regarded by many to be Steinbeck's most ambitious novel and by Steinbeck himself to be his magnum opus. Okay. What was Ellis Island's function at the beginning of the 20th century? Jail, industrial port, tourism, immigration station. Oh my gosh, I'm not for sure. Ellis Island, wasn't that where, or is it? It shows a picture, I guess. I thought, what is the one name where the Statue of Liberty is? What is that island named? I thought that was Ellis Island. Maybe I'm wrong. Jail, industrial port, tourism, immigration. Well, back then it may have been an immigration station. I don't think it was for tourism. What could be there that much, really? I don't know about a jail, but it could have been since it's an island. I'm going to go with the immigration station. That's right. From 1892 to 1924, Ellis Island was America's largest and most active immigration station, where over 12 million immigrants were processed. Wow. On average, the inspection process took approximately 3 to 7 hours for the vast majority of immigrants. I'm trying to see if this is anything else. Okay. That's kind of smart, though, to do it like on an island in case there was some kind of, you could contain it if something happened, better. They couldn't get off the island, anyway, really. Unless they stole a boat, I guess, or something. Okay, which space telescope was carried into orbit in April 1990? Webb, Sky, Hubble, Spitzer. I don't think it was the James Webb, I think is that one it's called. That's the new one that's really high tech. I've never heard of Sky Telescope or Spitzer. Sounds about right for Hubble. Now, one of them was in orbit, has been in orbit since the 70s, or two of them. There was two of them that were kind of like each other. I'm thinking it's Hubble, though. Yeah. The Hubble Space Telescope, often referred to as HST or Hubble, I thought it said Hubby there for a second, is a space telescope that was launched into low Earth orbit in 1990 and remains in operation. It was not the first space telescope, but it is one of the largest and most versatile, renowned both as vital research tool and as a public relations boon for astronomy. Well, this James Webb one is pretty much blows that one out of the water from what I understand. Who directed the 1990 film Goodfellas? David O. Russell, Martin Scorsese, if I'm pronouncing that right, Ron Howard, John G. Avildsen, Avildsen. I've never heard of him. I've never heard of David Russell. Ron Howard is, of course, Opie. And he's done some of surprising big-time movies that he's directed. But I don't think that was his... I don't think that was him. I think it was Martin Scorsese. Yeah. Goodfellas is a 1990 American biographical crime film directed by Martin Scorsese, written by Nicholas Pileggi and Scorsese, and produced by Irwin Winkler. It's a film adaptation of the 1985 nonfiction book Wise Guy by Pileggi, starring Robert De Niro, big cast, Ray Liotta, and he passed away not too long ago. Joe Pesci did a crazy good performance in it. Lorraine Bracco and Paul Sorvino. That's that one, I think I mentioned it before, where he goes, do you think that I find you, or do you think you find me amusing? And he says, you think I'm funny? And then he starts just wailing on this guy because the guy said something to him. I forget what he said that started it. But he did a great job. Yeah, okay. I got 7 right and none wrong so far. 20th century star Frank Sinatra was born and raised in which U.S. state? I really don't know. Texas, New Jersey, Georgia, Massachusetts. Frank Sinatra. I don't think it's Texas. I don't think it's Georgia. He didn't have like a southern accent. I don't think he had Massachusetts type accent either. I'm going to go with New Jersey. Hey, I got it. Francis Albert Sinatra was an American singer and actor nicknamed the Chairman of the Board and later called Old Blue Eyes. Sinatra was one of the most popular entertainers of the 40s, 50s, and 60s. He is among the world's best-selling music artists with an estimated 150 million record sales. Wow. The capital of which country was divided in two from 1949 until 1990? And I think a lot of people around my age will probably know this. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people know about World War II. And that was, they're talking about World War II, after World War II. Poland, Germany, Japan, Italy. I think everybody knows, pretty much. Germany, it was Berlin. Berlin, I think, was, split in half, basically, to West Berlin and, East Berlin. Yeah. And they'd shoot people, basically, coming over, trying to get over the other part. Germany, yes. The capital and largest city of Germany is Berlin, a major center of culture and education. It is also one of Germany's 16 Länder or states. Located in the northeastern part of the country, Berlin is surrounded by the state of Brandenburg from 1949 until 1990, when the city was divided. East Berlin was the capital of East Germany and one of its 15 districts. West Berlin functioned as one of the West Germany states, though it was not officially a part of that country and did not have full voting rights. I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. I got 9 right. Let's see if I can get a perfect... it never fails, though, the last one I seem to miss or something. Who was Reagan's most prominent opponent in the 1980 election? Richard Nixon, Jerry Brown, Ted... what did I do? What did I do? Let me see. It should... went back to it, thank goodness. Wait a minute. It started out at the beginning? Surely it didn't. Let's see. I'll go back to the quiz. See what it does. Okay. It did go back to him. Dang, I'm glad I didn't mess it up. Who was Reagan's most prominent opponent in the 1980 election? Richard Nixon, Jerry Brown, Ted Kennedy, Jimmy Carter. Okay. Jimmy Carter. Richard Nixon was he already? I believe, man, I think Reagan came out. Did Reagan come after Nixon? I think 80 election. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Jimmy Carter. I don't know. I don't know if he ran for it then. I hate to miss this last one. I think Nixon had already been, dealt with. And I don't think Ted Kennedy, I don't remember anything about Jerry Brown, really. I'm going with Jimmy Carter. Yay! The 1980 United States presidential election was the 49th quadrennial presidential election. It was held on Tuesday, November 4, 1980. Republican nominee Ronald Reagan defeated incumbent Democratic President Jimmy Carter in a landslide victory. So that's when Carter was in office, and he beat him. Okay, this was the second successive election in which the incumbent president was defeated after Carter himself defeated Gerald Ford. Well, I don't think that was too hard to do for him 4 years earlier. Okay, so, oh man, I don't get many of these. Sometimes I'll get 9 and 1, but 10-0 today. Perfect game. All right. I hope y'all did good on this. It had a good variety of stuff, though. I didn't know if it would just be all about restaurants or what at first, So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this morning coffee break. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. I hope everybody's staying warm, and let's hope all of our utility bills don't go way up. But I'm afraid they will. So I'm going to try to prepare for that. So anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great day. Check out the video later on. It's a relaxing and just a good feeling video. So thanks everybody. Have a good day and God bless.